Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. So if I had to name a plane for which the full price of Microsoft Flight Simulator is worth spending, this would be the TBM 930 from Azobo, the most standard, the most default aircraft which exists in the standard edition of Flight Simulator. In my opinion, it is the best default aircraft, not for the flight model or the external model that can be good, but for the presence of an almost true-to-life avionics suite, that is the Garmin G3000. This avionics suite has been updated last year by the working title guys, and it was given a new life, and I repeat, it's almost as the real one. So just for this reason, in my opinion, this is the best default plane of MSFS. I'm here in Venice, which is my home airport, and I want to make a short flight from here to Friedrichshafen in Germany, because with the last update of the German cities, is number 6 I believe, and they brought also a new airport which is Friedrichshafen. I want to check this handcrafted airport, but not by spawning with the menu, but going there in real time, flying my route from here to that airport. So, for example, let's have a look at one of the most useful features of the this avionic package. I can go to SimBrief and I can import with this button the flight plan I've prepared in SimBrief. As you can see, I have all my waypoints, the selected runway, and also the SID departure, which is the Rocket 8 mic. And so it's very useful. I have also charts. This is the SID for the destination airport. I can select between the parking stands. This is Venice. Zoom in. I'm here in the general aviation apron, so it's very straightforward to use, and it has got plenty of details and options, and the PFD and the MFD. So almost every option is selectable. They made a really great job with this Garmin G3000, also the Garmin G1000 and the Garmin G5000 have been enhanced, upgraded, and they are very good respect to what they were before. So all in all, this is my preferred aircraft. As for the standard version of MSFS, then if you've got the premium deluxe version, there are other planes very well made, such as the Cirrus SR22, the 787, and so on. But let's stick to the standard version. Okay, so we are connected with the GPU chart. Let's switch to the battery. And let's say bye to the guy here of the GPU chart. So here, power supply end. Thank you. And let's try to close this door. It's environment not so friendly. I can't. It's difficult. Why? All right. I have also to lock it. So in the CAS, I have no worrying for the door. Okay. QNH 1010 hectopascal is set. Let's go to the map. I like to have this kind of setup of the MFD. So I have the big map, full screen map, and the flight plan inset. This inset can be selected with the option here. And okay. So let's go to the aircraft system. Weight of balance. I've already filled in the numbers of for the crew stores. Payload, we have 2 passengers on board, and I've matched the 04 weight with this with that in the sim brief flight plan. Takeoff, fuel on board. I will sync the fuel on board. So our takeoff weight is this one, and here we have the landing figures, and that we will be using later. So this is done, and we can start up the engine. So ignition auto. We have navigation lights are on, and we can go with the starter on. Wait for the NG percent to go up to 20. Okay, fuel in, low idle, good start. So let's extinguish those warnings. So pitot heat, left and right stall heater, bleed air auto, flaps, takeoff position. We can try also the landing position, check the surface, create takeoff position, ailerons checked, elevator, rudder, good. Taxi light on, starter is on the off position, ignition auto, fuel selector auto, and autopilot trim on. We are done. Initial altitude 4,000 feet is set. Heading, runway heading for the 04 right is 42 set. And the flight plan SID is already inserted. So parking brake off. Taxi position. Taxiing holding position, holding point Bravo for the 04 right via Tango and Sierra and Tango. Beautiful displays with the synthetic vision. This plane has got also the VNAV working, and we are going to test it. So holding point Bravo 04 right, right is clear, so you can line up. Landing lights on, strobe on. No warnings. Zero for right, checked. Transponder, yes, transponder is here. We can set 2000 reporting altitude. Set. Power set. Speed alive. Oh, it's very sensitive. 85. Rotate. Gear up. And flaps up. Autopilot comes on. Nav mode on. Yaw damper on. Let's decrease a little bit the torque. 95 is good. And then we can switch to flight change mode at say 150 knots. Thousand to go. Climb flight level 130. Beautiful scenery. Bit of haze. Transition level is 6,000 feet. So we can switch to standard barrel. Now we can switch to vertical speed. 2000 feet per minute initially. Then we have to lower this a bit because the pressurization system will not keep with the pressurization of the cabin. So after 25,000 feet we have to decrease a little bit the rate of climb to maximum 1500 feet per minute maximum. Else we would get a warning here in the CAS. Here there's some weather in green. Is the weather radar fully working. (10,000 feet, 10,000 check. Landing lights off. And everything is spot on. Sorry, everything is just fine. Let's climb to our final flight level 300. Is set. We can increase a little bit our rate of climb. Maximum torque. We have to have a look at the differential pressure here in this green bar and pay attention that it doesn't go close to the red line, else I will get an alert and a warning here. So you see that we have to slow our descent. 2,000 feet per minute. In case we get the alert, we have to level the plane, wait for the message to go away, and then start again to climb. Let's decrease a little bit more. 1700 feet per minute. Here is the message. Oh, let's level the plane. Let's give him some time to stabilize, to decrease, and then we will start to climb again. I don't know if it's a bug or it's like the real thing doing this. If we switch the bleed air to the max diff mode, maybe I don't know if it helps. Let's start a climb again. 1500 feet per minute. by selecting this the automatic fuel tank selection. It will turn this between the left and the right tank automatically, such as to keep the plane balanced. Another warning for depressurization. .500 feet per minute. Set lead to auto. So as for the arrival charts, this is the Friedrichshafen ground chart. We can go panning here on the touchpad and zooming with this knob. The runway news should be 24, and the arrival procedure should be the Rolsa for Papa, coming from the south Rolsa at minimum altitude of 8,000 and 7,000, 5,000 to the initial approach fix, which is mock-up, and then approach ILS runway 24 from mock-up 5,000 until this D37.3 Zulu Uniform Echo down to 4,000 to intercept the glide slope. So we can select here the procedure. We already have the arrival inserted, Rolsa for Papa for runway 24. The approach being the transition mock-up initial approach fix. We can load it. GPS guidance is for monitoring only. Load approach, okay. So we have a route C mock-up in this point. Let's go to the map to see if we can pan. I'm doing. So upwards. Whoa, there is some weather, some bad weather after l'Orlo, but it should be lower than our cruise altitude. Let's hope so. Then Integ, here it is, the procedure. Rosa, Atlas, Ibla, Ruzzi. And then we have now we are back to so here it is. From this point, then a right turn to intercept the localizer here, so it should be fine. It should be perfectly fine. Let's get back. This plane is very fast, but at present we are having a bad headwind component. This is 69 knots, more or less, headwind. So the resulting ground speed is 255 knots. Normally you can cruise at above 300, 310, 320 knots if the wind is good. Also more if you got a tailwind component. This is the beautiful landscape of the Alps. This is the Austrian Alps. This is we are still in Italy or Austria. No, we are still in Italy. This is the Trentino Alto Adige, and of course Giugungo. We are near. Yes, we are near Bolzano. We are near Bolzano, so pretty much in the most northern Italy. Beautiful mountains here, and let's hope to not encounter the bad weather, the too bad weather ahead of us. What about the minimum? The minimum for this procedure In case of category B is 1622. Oh, there is some turbulence. So back systems, not here. Utilities minimums 1622 feet. Okay. The minimum has been set. This is the glide slope to intercept at 4,000 feet. In case of missed approach, right turn to mock up and hold 5,000. At hold at 5,000. Okay, since the clouds are at the same level as us, we can set the prop de-ice on, and also the windshield. So you never know. We can find some icing conditions. Because external temperature is minus 51 degrees Celsius. You see the true speed is 315 knots. That's very fast. Also for a turboprop. It is faster than the King Air. It's faster than the Pilatus PC-12. We might have some turbulence now once we get through this weather. And we can spot here the top percent point. So after this we will engage the VNAV with this button, this one, and it the plane will follow the vertical path according to these numbers. So flight path angle minus 3 degrees and vertical speed target minus 1332 feet per minute. We have a time to the top of the descent, 8 minutes 33. If you like this plane, there is also the analogic version by the Black Square. They have made a beautiful work by transforming this already beautiful glass cockpit into a more classic analogic cockpit with all the gauges, and it's beautiful. It's a little bit more challenging to fly than this one. As you saw, this is more or less an automatic plane. There's not so much to do after having programmed the computer, and it's more or less it's doing everything on its own. I'm a bit worried about this weather, but we cannot climb further because the maximum altitude for this type I think is 31,000 feet. We could also set the airframe de-ice on, ice lights on just in case, inert separator on, inert separator on. This cloudscape is impressive, very, very impressive. And also a bit scary. "20 miles to top descent point. I have to say that this plane is also friendly with the frame per second with my VR headset. I'm getting a steady 40 frame per second. This is my frames is 40, 41 steady. We can turn off the airframe de-ice. We don't need the ice lights. We'll let the prop de-ice and windshield defrost enabled. I might want to check the wind on Friedrichshafen. Not this one. This on the Navigraph charts. This is the flight plan. And information for Friedrichshafen, Echo Delta November Yankee, open airport, So the weather, we have wind from 250 at 14 knots. So the runway is the right one, 24. It's raining, overcast, QNH 1013. Okay, we can stay with this runway. So our initial altitude for the descent is going to be 200. You see that the magenta arrow is approaching, indicating that we are intercepting the vertical profile of the VNAV. Let's say 200. So we are approaching top descent point. And we can hit the VNAV button. So in the annunciator there is the path in white, captured now. And let's decrease a little bit throttle. And the vertical path is captured. This is the inset window for the traffic radar. We can visualize this also in the MFD by setting half screen for the map and half screen for the traffic radar. But I prefer to have a full screen map, and here the radar. This sky to me looks real. I'm using virtual desktop, high preset. Yes, high preset. The Microsoft Flight Simulator settings for the VR are between medium and high. And with those settings I can achieve a steady 40 FPS, which is more than enough to have a smooth experience in VR. Also 30, you don't need to have 60, 90. Of course, the higher the better, but unless you have a 4090, 3040 is more than enough. Also with the 4090 graphic card, it's better to have 40 and then have plenty of spare power to be used when it's needed, when traffic kicks in, when you are in VATSIM and in an airport full of traffic. You need much more GPU spare power. So the best thing to do is to limit your frames at say 30, 36, 40, 45, and not let the FPS free. This is my suggestion, and also what many experienced YouTubers, fellows, are saying their videos and their guides, and it's true. Okay, we have passed Intec waypoint. And sooner or later we will be inside the clouds. You can see trails in the sky because I'm connected in VATSIM as observer, just to have some traffic, because for the moment it's not my I don't want to have controllers, because maybe this is the second or third flight that I've made with this plane, so I'm not so perfectly keen on using, especially during the approach phase. So only observer mode. To me, it's easier to communicate in online VATSIM, I vow, when I'm using a big liner such the Phoenix or the PMDG. All is getting easier and more user-friendly for me, rather than with those relatively small aircraft. 1,000 to go, we go down to 8,000 feet. Or I think the first speed altitude restriction is 10,000, so let's keep 10,000 feet. It's a wonderful scene. Clouds, the sun, these reddish orange colors. The mountains below. ice light, airframe de-ice, inert separator. Get ready for the dive into the clouds. Now it's getting truly IFR. And I like it. Default sounds are so-so. There are no, as far as I know, there are no custom sound packages for this plane, or at least I think so. And yes, the sounds are average to me. Now there should be some precipitation here, given that the yellow color should imply some water. Let's see if it's true. Or ice, maybe ice, these temperatures. Minus 17, yes, should be ice. Here's the water. So next altitude restriction is going to be 5,000, so we can select 5,000 here. On the QNH, which is 1013 hectopascal. You can set the ILS frequency, so charts 111.9 and the cruise is 238. I think I had already set this. Let's check in the audio radio. Here it is, nav1 111.9 India Foxtrot Hotel Echo, and it is India Foxtrot Hotel. This is whiskey. Maybe is it the opposite one? 238. The frequency is correct, but the naming does not match. Maybe this is coming from west and the other one coming from east, I don't know. Anyway, the frequency is correct. Turbulence, whoa, that's scary. $10,000 check. Landing lights on. I don't know where is the passenger sign. I cannot see. Whatever. We are approaching mock-up, which is the initial approach fix. Still tuning Venice ground, so let's move to the Unicom frequency. gloomy atmosphere. A lot of crosswind, 41 knots. Final approach. Now the ILS identifier is correct. India Foxtrot. No, sorry. Still Echo. Anyway, we trust the frequency is correct. Automatically the navigation mode will switch from the GPS to the localizer, which is the green one, and in this dashed line is the preview of the localizer navigation mode. So you can see the this is the deviation index, and this mode will change automatically upon approaching the runway. The localizer. Now it's raining. We have some ice on the wing. I can see some ice. Thousand to go, and the next altitude is 4,000. Base turn. You see the diamond indicating the ILS. Still not active. Perfectly following the lateral navigation for the base turn. More or less. I prefer to go to the heading mode, and I will switch to the localizer mode. I don't want to lose the glide slope. Approach armed. Okay, it's been captured. Seven miles. Gear down. We can turn off the lights, the ice lights. Whoa, something is landing lights. You have the runway in sight. Why this light doesn't work? Autopilot disconnected. Flaps 1. A bit high. Two whites, two red. Below now. Flaps landing. Well, a bit of turbulence and wind shear. Let's keep 95, 90. I cannot see the landing lights. Continue. we don't need a beta reverser. We might vacate on the next one. Flaps up. Yes, the lights, yes, are there working. And vacating. And welcome to Friedrichshafen Airport in the southern Germany. Let's see how the terminals look like. We can set our transponder to standby mode. Landing lights off. Strobe light off. It's nice, very nice. This airport. Not the best time of day to, you know, to inspect, to check the quality anyway. And also properly-ized windshield. This is a Dornier Museum, Friedrichshafen. Cool. Later I might want to give a look with the daylight. Let's park the plane here. There's some people waiting for us there. Yeah. Yes, slow. Okay, parking brake on. Cut off. Great. This can be opened. No. Second attempt. Third attempt. In VR is not the best. Oh. I'm using the mouse wheel. Come on, here we go. Okay, my friends. That's all for it. Thanks for following. I hope this flight was you liked it, and I've shared my opinion about the best standard edition the best standard default aircraft present in the standard edition of Microsoft Flight Simulator. In my opinion, this one is the most complete plane. And okay, that's it. Thank you again for following, and see you to the next one. Bye bye to everyone.